Hemlock blessings. Brighid fires, Brighid nights, Brighid magic with Brighid lights. Brighid fire, Brighid lights, making magic on Brighid nights. Brighid fire, Brighid lights, making magic on Brighid nights. Brighid fire, Brighid lights, making magic on Brighid nights. Bright Brighid blessings. This is Selena Fox, and I'm coming to you from the hearth fire in my home, which is located in a forest in southwestern Wisconsin, USA. We're at the time of Imbolc. People will celebrate Brighid night, Brighid day. Often it is January 31st for Brighid night and Brighid day, February 1st. I celebrate over the course of several days and nights. And I am here at my hearth fire to do some healing work. Casting into the fire some old stalks from herbs that I harvested. Cleansing away what is not needed. And I burn these twigs not only to let go of what does not serve for myself, but I invite those of you who are joining live and later, call to mind something that you wish to dispel from your life. May the pandemic that's plaguing the world be dispelled, diminished, go away. Omicron, go away. May bad practices that are leading to the spread also diminish and go away. So that takes the form of dispelling misinformation and inconsideration. Misinformation, inconsideration, be gone, be gone, be gone, be gone. Imbolc is a time of peace. It is a time in 2022 where we're getting ready to have the Olympics. In ancient pagan times, and the Olympics began in pagan Greece, the games were a time where the different nations and communities participating made peace. They stopped their wars, came together, and did their athletic competitions. So may wars and attempts at wars and troop buildup, may all of that diminish and go away. And this being a Brighid time, I'm sending forth a wish to release the stress and the drama and the problems that fishermen in the Irish waters have had to deal with recently. So let's stop the war games and let life not only continue, but thrive in good ways. So cleansing away the warmongering, cleansing away harmful thoughts, harmful actions. May we be cleansed as humans from things that do not serve for the greater good, dispelling all that keeps life from thriving in good ways. Cleansing for healing. Cleansing for healing. Cleansing for healing. Cleansing for healing. And now think of something that you wish to dispel as I finish this healing, cleansing part of hearth magic at Immolc time. Dispelling disease, dispelling ill will, dispelling what does not serve. Be gone, 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 be gone. So be it. Well, we've done some cleansing work. So if you have the opportunity to have a hearth fire where you can actually burn herbs and wood and other flammable things, well, you can use this approach here. If you have an outdoor space where you can safely kindle a bonfire, you can use some of these same methods. If you're in a place like many people are, where you do not heat your home with actual wood, which is part of what we do out here in rural Wisconsin. Yes, I know there is a bit of a carbon footprint, but we're also in the middle of over 200 acres of land, most of which is forested, and we're doing a lot of forest work to help the planet. So where we live, we have to, for survival sake, have some multiple ways of keeping ourselves warm. And that's why when this house came to be more than 20 years ago, we included a hearth fire. Not only so I could do Brighid hearth work here, but the very practical thing of keeping us warm when electricity fails or where there's some other disruption in other forms of fuel. I look forward to a day where all the fuel that's heating homes and businesses, something that's really part of a sustainable plan rather than adding to the pollution. So let there be good solution as we move to our next part of healing at the hearth. So I've just put in some debris, old stalks from herbs that I've harvested, pulled off all the leaves and the flowers, dried them or used them fresh. And I really endeavor not to have things go to waste. Well, I have now some twigs from the forest, oak wood. And Brighid is connected with oak trees. One of her most famous sacred sites is Kildare. And in pagan times, it is said that Brighid was honored there. And then as Ireland became Christianized, this is where the Kildare community connected with Saint Brighid had its base. So I cast into this Brighid night fire some oak wood for strength, oak wood for power of healing and well-being. I cast in oak wood for good fortune and prosperity. I cast in oak wood that there be more wellness in the world, kindness, understanding, collaboration, wellness, transformation. And as I cast some additional oak twigs that I've gathered from the forest into this fire, call to mind something that you would like to have emerge in your own life, in your own home. Brighid fire, bring healing, well-being, protection, safety, fun, and delight. Brighid fire, we celebrate you, we honor you. Bright Brighid blessings, bright Brighid blessings, bright Brighid blessings. And so as this Brighid fire is burning bright, we're shifting from Brighid night to Brighid light. And yes, there'll be more opportunities to celebrate the magic of Brighid. For her official Brighid night in many traditions is actually the 31st. However, I'm celebrating Brighid lights on multiple Brighid nights, and tonight on CSNP, that's Circle Sanctuary's internet radio network, I have a Imbolc Brighid night healing rite. So if you would like to do more Brighid magic for Brighid night, tonight is one of those times. And if you cannot join at the time of the broadcast, which is 6 p.m. Central Time and midnight Universal Time, well, it's archived up at the circlesanctuary.org website. Go to CSNP, Circle Sanctuary Network Podcast, and you'll be able to find the link. This particular rite is one of the ones that I did last year. So it is an encore, and I hope that you will find that to be healing as well as entertaining. Spirituality should be something that brings delight and that's actually fun to do rather than a burden. We have enough burdens going on as it is. Well, we put in some old herbal stems to release. We put in some twigs of oak for strengthening ourselves and bringing about well-being and other good things. So things in the Celtic realm often go in threes. So it's time to get some additional things to put into the fire. Here comes a log. A log of oak. And yes, I am going to add to this oaken log. And why is this burning? To honor Brighid, to honor Imbolc, all who are celebrating this sacred time in the Northern Hemisphere. And yes, to honor Luch and Lunasa for all of you in the Southern Hemisphere. And I have green oak leaves that had been dried that came at our Green Spirit time, which is the name we have for Lunasa. So an oak log for those of us celebrating Imbolc, and oak leaves from our Lunasa last year. Bright Brighid blessings. 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 Thank you all for joining me wherever you may be. Wishing you a wonderful Imbolc, Lunasa, and yes, we're in the last part of the lunation. This is a time of dark moon, the last part of the waning moon. Also a good time for magical work to let go of what's not needed, to bring what one does wish to have, and to do some well wishes for the greater good, for the greater circle of life of which we are all part. For those of you who joined me and other members of our Circle Sanctuary community at our annual Imbolc Festival yesterday, Saturday, January 29th, which was online this year, many thanks. And if you weren't able to join us for that, know that there are some more opportunities to connect. I'm doing a podcast this afternoon or early evening, as I mentioned before, and then I have some other things unfolding. And on Brighid Day, February 1st, at 8 a.m. Central Time, I will be doing a short Brighid rite to celebrate Brighid Day and the fact that in Ireland, Brighid Day, St. Brigid's Day, has just been made an official public holiday beginning in 2023. That is a wonderful thing. Yes, workers need more time off. That is a good thing. But what I find is really special is that in talking about this decision to add a public holiday in Ireland, there is not only a mention of some of the stories of Saint Brighid, which gives the name to the holiday, but the connections with Brighid, the pagan goddess, and that actually Brighid, pagan, Brighid, Christian, Brighid is across faith traditions, across different parts of the world now. She's become international and multilingual, as well as interreligious and multicultural. Yes, her honoring continues not only in Ireland but other parts of the world. I honor my Irish and Scottish and other Celtic ancestors, as well as my ancestors from other cultures, and I think it is fabulous to be able to celebrate as a world community these ancient traditions and new ways, these ancient sacred times for our times today and times to come. So if you want some more information about ways to celebrate Imbolc, learning about Brighid, go to my YouTube channel, Selena Fox. Go to the Circle Sanctuary YouTube channel, where we have things from past online Imbolc celebrations, and find me on Instagram as well as Twitter, Selena_Fox, and of course here on my main Facebook page, Selena Fox Updates, and through our podcasting on CSNP. I have a whole guide to celebrating Imbolc at the Circle Sanctuary website, so head on over to circlesanctuary.org if you haven't already found us there, and check out 19 ways to celebrate Imbolc. Or you could just scroll down the Selena Fox Updates Facebook page and you will see I put the link to the Facebook note that I did a while back with those 19 ways. May that help inspire you and your celebration. Be safe, be warm, be kind. Bright Brighid blessings. Thanks for joining.